Okay, I know it's been a while for all of you. When's he coming back? When's he coming back? But no, I just one of those things where, well, whatever, who cares? Let's just not get into that. But more on what's happening this week. This Sunday, we've got a pay-per-view on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have Hell in a Cell 2014 coming from Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center. Yes. Um, just looking up everything, watching Raw the last few weeks because this pay-per-view has had a long build to it, like Night of Champions. Because Night of Champions had a 5-week build. This had a 5-week build. So let's just go from there, see what happens. I'm kind of sold on this pay-per-view. Why? Because most of the Raws leading up to this did suck and didn't bite the bullet. But the last 2 weeks really have sold me on the pay-per-view. Even though the network exists, even though there's all that stuff out there, I still have that whole judging factor on will like if you pay-per-view wise, like are you gonna throw down the money for the pay-per-views? So yeah, like if I'm gonna throw down the $60 for the pay-per-view, this is a pay-per-view I feel very confident in. I feel like I can throw down the $60 and not waste my money at all. So let's get into this at first. The first match that comes to mind is the Usos versus Golden Stardust. Simple, Golden Stardust retaining. Why? Because they're playing it off well. They're doing good as champs. I can see them taking the championships off probably till about TLC or the Royal Rumble, possibly Elimination Chamber. Maybe having another program driving the Ascension, bringing those guys up to the main roster and giving them the tag team titles. Think about that. But I expect 3 to 4 suicide dives in this match and maybe a couple other special moves. Who knows? That's something creepy. Up next, we've got Miz versus Sheamus for the United States title. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to The Miz. Simple, because him with the titles is just going to be good. Sheamus had the good 5 month run with it. I'm not saying it's like the Usos with their titles, how everything eventually runs its course, and so you don't overkill it. You got to give a new champion out there. Sheamus, you've done a great 5 months as champ since about, I think, Extreme Rules the night after. I think it was that night. And then, yeah, so now that's all you got to do. Just give up the titles, have him go in there, fight, do whatever, but then get the 1, 2, 3, get the Miz and Miz down, get those boys the titles, the same 2 titles, because hell, they're like the male leg pull. Let's just put it that way, because not in the sense of flawless, but like how they work and how their chemistry goes. It's the same sort of keel chemistry, yeah. Up next, we've got, what do we have next? Big Show versus Rusev in a match I don't really care about, to be honest with you. Why? Because they're running out of crap to give Rusev. Or, like, I was thinking Rusev's going to win. There was that whole incident Monday with the kicking the flag of the soldier. I have a feeling Rusev's going to get, like, a dirty DQ victory or something to keep hold of his undefeated streak until you hear Here Comes the Pain and then Brock Lesnar comes shooting out. Or R-Truth, who knows. But yeah, no, we gotta get through Rusev. There's no point in having Big Show win this feud, especially if they want to do a show Lesnar program down the road. But apparently that's got scrapped, so whatever. So see, that's 3 matches. The next match that comes to mind is I'm gonna go into this one right away. AJ Lee versus Paige for the Divas title. Yes, I'm gonna have AJ Lee retaining because Paige has been announced as the cast of Total Divas, and there's all these rumors about how Vince McMahon doesn't want any of those girls holding any of the titles. I agree with that actually because if they're getting all that attention on the show, you don't need one girl on that show holding the title. That's why it's good having AJ as champion because she sells. Basically, the fans love her. She brings in the money, except for when people chant a certain someone's name. I don't want to go there. But yeah, there's that. And then up next, we've got a match that really intrigues me, which is a 2 out of 3 falls match between Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro, or Cesaro, however you want to call it. But yeah, no, that match really intrigues me for the reason of simple. That match intrigues me because 2 out of 3 falls, those guys, I was at a house show about a couple weeks ago and when in Toronto, they did exactly, well, not 2 out of 3 falls, they had a match. They went out there and they just painted a masterpiece. Just like give the painters the canvas and then let them paint. The two of those guys go in the ring, they can perform for a 10-15 minute 2 out of 3 falls match. I'm happy with that match. I'm expecting like Cesaro to get one, Ziggler to get one, and then Ziggler gets the third to retain the title. Yes. Up next is a match that really, this match doesn't intrigue me, but I like the stipulation to it. This is Brie Bella versus Nikki Bella, where the loser must become the winner's personal assistant for 30 days or they quit WWE. The main reason why I like this concept so much is just because it's simple. Like, you know who's gonna win from it. Like, you know Nikki, they're setting it up for Nikki to win, so they're just building Brie down more, and then Brie can eventually shoot back up. Simple, because you're not gonna have a heel be this assistant, or else the heel's not gonna do their job. Meanwhile, if you get the face to be the assistant, they're gonna have to force to do the work because they're gonna realize, oh crap, I'm gonna have to get fired, and they'll be like, you're not gonna want to quit again, are you, Brie? All that stuff. No. So that's why it's so perfect. Just have her win. Yeah. Up next, we've got my boy John Cena going up against Randy Orton for the second time in a Hell in a Cell match, first being at this exact pay-per-view in 2009, and for the 578th time, and I believe like 23rd or 24th on pay-per-view. But, and like thousands what they've both been in the same match together. But this match intrigues me for the simple being reason of it's Cena Orton. It's Hell in a Cell. It's got all the elements. I'm not saying it's going to be a show stealer. More than likely it's going to be a show closer. But I got to give this one to Orton. Because I don't want to see Cena Lesnar again. We've seen that too much. I like the whole thinking of Orton versus Lesnar. Because you haven't seen it before. Sure, if they say like you haven't seen it, that was like 10 years ago. Who cares what happened 10 years ago? Like, we want to see something new, something fresh. We don't need another Cena Lesnar match. Just find that, holy crap. But yeah, like, no, you all get, you understand what I mean. Like, you don't want to see that exact same match over and over and over again. And next up, this is the match I'm looking at this. This sold me on the pay-per-view. This match right here, match of the night, caliber. Hopefully it steals the show. It stole the show at SummerSlam 2014. That is Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins inside the Hell in a Cell of Hell in a Cell. Why this match intrigues me? It's simple. You've got these two guys who can go out there and steal the show. Like, I'm looking at this match, Cesaro and Ziggler, to be like my top two of the night. But with this match right here, basically what I'm looking at is what can they do to make this good? What can they do to like basically the canvas is there, just go paint it. I'm repeating myself, but I don't really care. For this match, though, I gotta give it to Ambrose for the simple reason why. Gotta get the monkey off his back. You gotta give Seth Rollins that loss, kind of like set him back, because then they want to set up, which I like, the whole Orton versus Rollins program, maybe for Survivor Series or TLC. You can have those two come in there, and then they can buck heads. And then from there, you can just go and have basically say, like, oh, the Authority, give me a match against him. Basically pit it like two heels against each other, but then eventually the Authority turns on Orton, then causing Orton versus Lesnar. You see, this is why WWE should hire me to write their shows. But no, everything's good and coming to this pay-per-view. I'm actually really excited for the show Sunday. It's shaping out to be a pretty good show. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Hopefully all of you are excited for it, whether you're paying your $9.99, your $11.99, or your $60. Just hope you all enjoy it no matter where you're watching in the world. And, yeah, so I haven't done one of these in a while, but I was like, it's not one of those things where you're just like, yeah, I'm going to make a video. So I'm like, I'll make a video, why not? But, yeah, what else is new with me? I got a couple shows coming up. I got Monday Night Raw in a couple of weeks. Actually, not this week coming up, because this week coming up is in San Antonio, Texas. It's the week after, November 3rd, Buffalo, New York. I will be going down there with a couple of friends, probably meeting up, maybe talking to Salt and Battery about it. Maybe we'll hook up, I don't know yet. But then there's that, and then, oh yeah, I'm going to the Royal Rumble in January, so look for me there. So yeah, once again, just a quick rundown of the winners. Golden Stardust, Sheamus, Miz, Rusev, AJ, Ziggler, Nikki Bella, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose. Goodbye, everybody.